Merry Christmas.
Listening to the Beans and Dice podcast.
Merry Christmas.
A podcast
Feliz-
about
Feliz Navidad.
how
Feliz
we
Navidad.
live.
Merry Christmas.
One more
Merry-
night to Noche Buena.
I know. That's the best night.
I know how it is.
Merry Christmas, Wayne.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
You sound like Tiny Tim over there. Oh, that's funny.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, folks, we are live. Beans and Dice podcast, a podcast about how we game
game.
Thursday night. Live call-in show, and it is almost Christmas.
Yay!
So we are all as family men, right?
Oh, yeah.
Family, we're
All
probably all fairly busy right now.
family guys.
Am I wrong, Wayne?
No, I'm not. No, definitely not.
We are all super busy. Speaking of family men, hey there,
Hey,
Kyle.
Mr. Jeeves.
Mr. Jeeves.
In the chat.
Merry
First one.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
What's crazy is I will give you all credit because you guys are still working and still
Oh.
having to do all this Christmas shit. I've been off all week.
Well, actually,
I'm
Carl's
doing all
been
this
off
Christmas-
all week.
I've been off
working.
all week.
Yeah,
Okay,
I've been
yeah.
working. Yeah, I work today.
Man,
so.
I don't know how y'all it's crazy. Like,
I'm off tomorrow. What?
running around. The stores have been insane. I've never go out to a store, spend 45 minutes in there shopping, and then get home and realize you forgot one thing. God, I gotta go back out again.
See, and that's the thing is tomorrow's like our last day that we're doing it. Tomorrow we're doing it, but tomorrow's the last day. It's like this is our last day to get it in because I'm not doing it Saturday. I'm not doing any stores Saturday.
I kind of like having this flu thing leading up for 10 days before Christmas because I haven't
That was
done
good.
nothing.
Rob had the flu this
My
week.
wife's been doing everything because I've been sick. I'm still recovering, so I'm gonna try not to make any disgusting noises on the mic tonight. But I can't make any promises.
Just flick
'cause,
the switch.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to flip
Or
it off
tap
if
me.
I
I'll
have to.
mute you if I need to.
Yeah, I got a
So
nasty
I
cough.
remember Christmas time years ago. I used to always go up to my brother. My brother lived in New Jersey, and he would never shop for his family until Christmas Eve. And I'd fly into town, and he would take me out, and he'd be like, "Hey, I gotta go. I gotta get stuff for my kids and my wife." And da 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 da. Try to go to malls in New Jersey on Christmas Eve. I don't know
Yeah.
how I'm still alive today, man.
That's crazy. Just asking for a miracle.
Oh my god, so many times you almost get in a fight. It's ridiculous.
No, not for me. Not for me. I hate saying it because I feel like I'm part of the problem, but most everything I did this year has been online. Like most of my shopping has been straight up, flat out, period, online.
That's the way you should do it if you can.
Yeah. I'll say this. So I just got back from a trip to New York. First time in a long time. I've been back to my old home stomping grounds. And man, we went to Macy's on 34th Street, like the big Miracle on 34th Street Macy's. People were so nice, man. Like my 8-year-old dropped his gloves a couple times, like through the store. And people were chasing us down going, "Hey, your kid dropped this like a floor below." And da 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 da. I'm like,
Oh wow,
yeah, that's cool. All right. I like it. Christmas spirit. I like it, So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So
that's
no
cool.
rudeness. So it was good.
It was making you miss the whole Tampa, evilness.
Oh wow,
Yeah, I tell you.
yeah, a little different.
Yeah, it's all good. So what you were drinking there, Carlos?
Oh, well, Puerto Rican, got my Bacardi, my
A
gold.
little rum.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Just a little Bacardi Gold, keeping it light, keeping it easy, getting ready for the holiday.
I got Punch de Cream
Punch the cream.
or creme. Punch de
Creme?
Creme.
Oh, okay.
Punch de Creme. It's a Trinidadian version of
Listen, folks, don't Google any of that, okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Just wise words. Don't Google any of that.
Ponche de Creme. Punch de
The
Creme.
creme.
Yes.
Is it
So it's-
CREME creme?
Yes. Yeah, creme. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it sounds like
It's
like
sort
a
of
eggnoggy?
It's exactly it's kind of Trinidad's version of coquito,
There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
although it's not as coconutty. It's definitely got a little bit more citrus in it. So
Different sing to it.
Yeah, I think in Trinidad they're much more spicier than we are.
yeah, much more.
They're much more spicier.
Got Ron Fraser in the chat. Hey Ron, how you doing?
Merry Christmas, Ron. Merry Christmas.
I hear it's going to be pretty dang chilly up there on Christmas, just north of us. I know we're going to get cold here down in Tampa, but it's nothing like I think they were telling me in Nashville, where my home office is. It's going to be down to 1 degree or something on Sunday. So something nutty like that. But I bet Atlanta's going to be cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not good. A couple of our friends here from Tampa we're in our game group moved to Colorado, and it is -20 right now.
Oh, crazy.
I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'll take.
I'm not doing negative. We're gonna be in the 30s for Christmas, I believe, right,
Yeah,
gentlemen?
something stupid
Yeah,
like that.
I appreciate. I'll like that though. Come on, a cold Christmas would be good.
Oh, yeah, it'll be
Beans and
different.
Dice podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
This is Ron Fraser from Cold Atlanta.
There he is. I figured if I called it out, he'd call and tell us about it.
No longer Hotlanta.
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, I'll be on the road tomorrow morning because I am getting out of here with my family.
That's right. That's right. Don't hang out up there.
Are you making it to Florida?
Now, yes,
All right.
I'll be. So we're gonna be in New Orleans for Christmas weekend, and then the day after, I'll driving straight over to Orlando, and we'll be there until January 2nd.
Nice.
So you're starting off in Nolens.
Yes.
Because I believe you're from New Orleans, if I'm right. I remember seeing you in a Saints shirt at one point.
Yes.
And then to Orlando, and then back to Georgia. That sounds like a great trip.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great trip. I'm looking forward to it. I got some plans with my family. Got a little special date I'm trying to hook up with my wife, and of course, want a board game with you guys.
Yep.
You keep us posted on that timeline, like what that day looks like. We will find a way to make ourselves available.
Okay. All right. So it's either going to be Friday or, like I said, or Saturday, or maybe we'll chat offline on Discord. But
yeah, I saw you post something up on the Discord. There wasn't a whole lot of response. I posted up the days that I was free, but yep.
Yeah. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Didn't catch whatever topic you guys were talking about other than dreams.
Because that's all we got.
So far, it's about all we made it.
It's like 2 days before Christmas, and we're just trying to get stuff done and
throw the show together.
We haven't done any gaming, so let's do what we as in Rob and I can't speak for Wayne, but Ron, we're gonna live vicariously through you. What gaming have you been able to get done this week?
Well, I hosted my first game night at my house since early 2020.
Saw that.
Because we had game nights until right before my second daughter was born. And usually what happens is with my first one, we'd take a break. And then a couple of months later, I started inviting people over to the house again. Well, a couple of months after February 2020 is April 2020.
Mm-hmm. We know what happened.
So, yeah.
Right after Escape WinterCon. That was like the last day of gaming was Escape WinterCon.
Yep.
Yep. So, I got to play Star Wars Outer Rim. We didn't finish the game, but it was a 4-player game, and we had a ton of fun, including one person's first play of it. And some folks playing mezzo. I cooked some chili. We had a whole boatload of snacks. It was a good time. It just felt great having people in my house playing board games.
Sounds like it.
Were they gamers, or were you introducing new gamers?
No, these were gamers. These are hobbyists.
Nice.
So one of which I would describe as a casual. Actually, that's not true because she plays Lost Ruins. She plays Anne, and so no, these were all gamers.
That's a gamer, yeah.
Hobbyists, right? So yeah, but that's the thing. Like when I was hosting prior to the pandemic, I had people in here that were casual, that I introduced to the hobby through my game nights here, and I just love that stuff, and so that hopefully we can kind of get this going again, but we're starting off slow here.
I might have missed it. What did you say you played?
Star Wars Outer Rim.
Yeah, I saw that.
And then then another couple was playing mezzo. two-player game.
That's right. Mezzo, you said that. Sweet.
Yeah.
I know Outer Rim's one of your favorites. My son keeps begging me to play it. He's only played it once, my oldest, and we got to break it out and do it again. But I told him he's convinced he just wants to break it out and play it, and it's been probably 3 years since we played it, maybe.
I still got my copy up here, right next to the elf on the shelf, who somehow managed to make his way into my game shelf. So I can't play it right now because I can't touch it. But I have my unpunched Outer Rim Unfinished Business expansion.
There we go.
I brought that with me to Dice Tower, and I still couldn't get it played.
That's hilarious. I mean, wow. Yeah. That's right. I knew that.
Yeah.
We talked about that. I brought my copy too. And you have to play the expansion. It just, it took what I considered an okay game, okay to good, and elevated to a great game. Just because you had more stuff. The ambitions are great because I feel like they're very thematic. Right, they really drive you towards a play style, and you just have more options. I'm going to call them the NPCs, basically.
Right.
You got your orange level NPCs that are on the planet.
Yep.
All those bounties that you're hunting.
Yes.
Or the encounters.
Yes. They're all the
contacts. That's what they call them. They call them contacts.
Contacts. Yes. Yes. They make all the eligible players as potential targets, and that is great. Let me tell you, like it's fantastic when you have people going after each other.
I still remember that Robert and I think it was Arby. He had one of your characters that you had on your ship as a bounty, and he chased you around trying to get him. But now you're saying that because you had the ability to bounty hunt a character that you might like. If Rob had a Chewbacca bounty, I can't have a Chewbacca character, but I had a Chewbacca a crew member. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So you can hunt my crew member, but you couldn't hunt me directly. Are you saying that now you can hunt players directly?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see this going wrong at all. I don't see any hurt feelings at all. No.
Yeah. Just messing with each other.
Well, I've had nothing but positive experiences on it so far, but it just adds an extra level of interaction in the game that at times lacked it really. Oh, and I only remember my plays of it with the expansion now, but there are more jobs where you can work together and get a good payout. I think those are great. I think they had some of those in a base game, but
I don't remember.
They have even more. Yeah. So, good stuff.
I've been itching to get that one out on the table with the family. I've been really itching to play some Zombicide, which is currently what's on the table right now. You can see the Zombicide set up out here and some of the expansions on the barrel. But Outer Rim keeps calling my name because I want a sandbox. I want to play a sandbox game. I want to play a game where I can just run around and do stuff and have fun and make money or shoot stuff. Be a pirate, be a merchant, whatever I want to do.
Yeah,
and I think Outer Rim is the best one right now.
It's got that. If you're looking for a Star Wars theme, of course, yeah.
Well, it's got the Star Wars theme, and it's not like 6 hours like the Firefly game would be.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. Now, and what it doesn't have, what Zaya does is dice rolling. Well, no, it does have dice rolling, but in combat only. Whereas, dice Zaya is a dice fest.
Yes.
Right. You got your skills, you got your combat, but in Zaya, everything's a die roll.
Right. Yep.
Whereas there's a lot of dice rolling, but there's not as much. So, it's just a great game. One more thing. I picked up all 3 of the Zombicide, Black Plague, Thundercat character packs because I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
And
Cool Mini or not, thanks you for your patronage.
Right. I just want to say that I think that the sculpts look great, and I love it all. So
I want Black Plague because it's a fantasy setting, and I love the idea of more melee magic. That to me sounds more exciting than modern Zombicide.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I tell you. Go ahead, Rod. Oh, Wayne.
No, I would want Black Plague for the figs to use in D&D or other games.
Yeah,
definitely.
too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I actually have Green Horde, which is a standalone expansion.
There you go. Yep.
For Black Plague, and the zombies are orcs and they hit harder.
Okay.
So, and they have those special horde rules. I don't know if you guys know about that, but basically, when you spawn zombies, in addition, for the most part, you'll be spawning an extra zombie and putting them aside in the horde.
That's right.
Collection, and then there's a card that's Enter the Horde.
Breaks the horde out.
And that whole group, yeah.
No,
you don't like that idea. No, you just set them aside. Set them aside.
I think of Walking Dead when they broke out of Virginia.
Yeah,
out of that ditch that they were in, that quarry.
Oh yeah, yep. And they're just
it's like a sea of them,
a million zombies all lined up. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I have yet to play any of the Zombicide games, but the one that I want to play the most is the one that's based on the Night of the Living Dead.
I got that one here.
We played that.
We've got some on video.
Yeah, we've got a couple on stream for that. Yeah,
that one looks cool.
No, it's good.
It's the lightest of the
set. Yeah, I heard it's the lightest, easiest of the Zombicide games. But
I think you and your wife can run through a few of those quick, and they would probably go well on her channel because it is light. So that might be one you want to take home and borrow.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, scoop. Next time I see you, scoop that one up. See, Ron, I was just saying that for me, as much as I love fantasy, which makes me want to play Black Plague, I've had Hero Quest on my table. I was telling Rob before he got here for like 2 or 3 weeks. Like I've been wanting to play it, desiring to play it, but I could just never get the energy to play it. And then I realized, you know what? I don't want to play Hero Quest. I just don't. Because Rob and I played it once, and I found it to be so light. And I'm thinking, okay, I can play this with the family. And I'm like, you know what? I don't, though.
Yeah, it's really
I want something a little crunchier. So I swapped it out this week for Zombicide. And the plan is to teach the family Zombicide, not Hero Quest. So fantasy over modern, but not Hero Quest. Zombicide over Hero Quest. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's Carlito logic.
Yeah. It makes sense to me.
All right, what's on your wish list before you go? Let the family know if they're watching. What are you hoping to unwrap?
As far as board games are concerned,
whatever, Bobby. It could be RPG. It could be board game. It could be geek anything. You want a sword like Mitch? I mean, come on.
Giant water bottle, sword.
I have been desiring a laptop because I have a desktop.
Ah, okay.
And so I haven't talked to my wife about it yet. I have a Chromebook, but that's not.
You want a laptop to play more BGA, more Board Game Arena on, right?
There you go.
There we go.
I could play BGA on the Chromebook, but
no. You need a laptop for that.
I need a gig of RAM.
Exactly. Just for BGA.
Just for BGA, honey. All right, Bobby. We wish you the best. So, safe travels, please.
Yes, that's a lot of
that's
gonna
be
a lot of mileage.
That'd be great.
It would be great if we get to see you.
Yeah, we'll have to play some games. So make sure to post up on the Discord. We'll set something up.
I will. I'm bringing Atlantis Rising specifically so I can play it with Rob.
Absolutely, 100%. Yes, I'm on board. Let's do it.
Let's make it happen. Somewhere between here and Orlando. Right. Anywhere between here and Orlando.
Yep.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. Take care, guys.
Good night. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I can always count on Ron to keep the show going.
Forgot all about Atlantis Rising. Yes, I need to play some Atlantis Rising.
What is Atlantis Rising?
It's cooperative. You won't like it.
Oh, okay.
It's really hard cooperative. Like, it kicks your butt.
Oh. Well, we got
another caller.
Beans and Dice Podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Connor from New Iberia.
Hey, Connor.
My man.
How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good, and y'all?
Merry Christmas, sir.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
What have you been up to?
Oh man, dude, it's been wild. I mean, kind of with Mitchell, I've been doing his show here in New Iberia, and right now I'm not sure if he's ever going to call in tonight because I know he's at rehearsal currently.
He's been a busy guy.
So
Still, even like the week of Christmas, they got him working.
Like 4 shows, man.
Oh, dude,
crazy.
Mitchell's crazy about it, but I mean, I don't blame him. He wants that show to he wants all the shows to be as perfect as possible, which I get it.
Yep.
So to that extent, he's tried just to rehearse as much as possible. But he also like has it planned out, like even before the audition process happens, he already has his schedule kind of figured out. I mean, he's on top of it with shows, but
he's like a game master, man.
We're into board games.
Yeah, you talk to us about what you've been up to board game wise.
So playing games, because I've been doing Mitchell's show, I haven't really had a chance to really play many board games, and in fact, finally after a few weeks, we're going to have a chance to go play games with Jeremy Dobler. It'll be me, Laney, Mitchell.
Jeremy's been posting up a lot of games lately,
I've seen a lot of
and
pictures of Jeremy.
Yes.
not some light games, like multiple heavy games in a night.
Yeah,
that dude's insane.
I mean, look, I'm glad I have a friend like Jeremy that's willing to sit down and learn those heavy games to teach to me.
Yes.
Because I do not have the patience to do that.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
Speaking of learning games, the past like month or two, I've been on a Kickstarter kick, getting a lot of these like cheaper print and play games. Which I have a few of them that I want to kind of just reference and maybe lightly talk about in case y'all may not have heard of them.
Yeah, but that's what we're here to learn.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm gonna go way back to September with Shoe Tactics, which is kind of a campaign style roll and write tower defense game. Which kind of
spell that out for us, for the folks at home who are listening. How do you spell that?
Oh, which one? Which part of it?
Stew Tactics? Is it stew? I heard stew. S-T-U.
Tactics. S-H-U apostrophe S.
Shoes Tactics. So okay,
Tactics.
Got it.
It's been out for like so again print and play. So they've already sent out PDF files. I think for the first 3 chapters. The big appeal to it is that it's this like campaign tower defense game, and in the Kickstarter they've guaranteed 5 chapters of the game. With 1 and 2 came out when the Kickstarter ended, and then every month they've been releasing a new chapter. I think we're on 3 now, which a lot of you have been playing it and talking about different aspects of it. I've yet to have a chance to look at really any of the Kickstarters that I've had. I've just ordered them and been trying to wait for some things to come in. But it's originally a solo mode, but if you pay I think it's a few extra bucks, which is what I ended up doing, you get the co-op mode, which you all play together, trying to defend against different Chinese emperors and stuff. There was also like another tier where you can like get yourself as one of the enemies, but that was like a few $100s, and I wasn't willing to spend that.
Wow.
But I mean, based on the pictures alone, it looked really interesting. Just kind of like a simple roll and write, and then you add some tower defense elements to it.
That's pretty.
No, it's gorgeous. This is really pretty. For the folks who are listening, it's got this not anime, not chibi, but cartoony,
really bright, vibrant colors.
I would say Empires of the North, Imperial Settlers, kind of a feel to it.
There's definitely some like chibi elements to it, but it's not like full on chibi.
Okay.
There's a game that
is it semi-chibi?
Semi-chibi.
All right, I'll see myself out.
Yeah.
So they got that one again. I haven't really dug much into it, other than the fact that there's a solo mode, there's a co-op mode. At some point, I'm going to have a chance to go and print everything out, and then hopefully, before the
But are you though? Right? You wanted to talk about print and play, so I'm gonna challenge. Are you though? Like I worked at Kinko's, and I worked at in the printing industry for a few years. Large supermarket chain, business color cards, like color business card, color postcards, and as well as Kinko's. I've been in printing. It sucks. Like it just sucks.
Oh yeah.
Because you can never get it just right. Like you're gonna cut an edge, and it's not gonna be perfect. So like I don't. Like I have print and play game files, but I won't do it. I just won't do it. Will you, Connor? Will you really do it?
So my goal is that all the Kickstarters that have a solo to, which this is one of them, I have my own iPad, and because I have the files, I'll just pull up my iPad, learn the game on my iPad, see if it's even worth printing, and then if I feel like, cool, this is a good game, I want to teach it to people, then I'll go print it out.
Okay.
Because I don't have my own printer at home, I'm gonna have to outsource to like Office Depot or stuff like that.
Right, and at that point, you might as well buy the game because I'm telling you, it's not cheap to print.
Yeah.
You know, you're looking at back in my day, it was 50 cents like a sheet, 50 cents a print for color, and I mean 8 cents a print for black and white. It was
not cheap.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not at all. So I mean, that's kind of my goal for a lot of these print plays is just getting those PDFs on my iPad and seeing how it plays out and understanding it first, and then going from there. But like that's huge tactics. I know a couple people posting on Facebook about it. They loved it so much they made their own boxes, which I now see showing up on the stream.
Yeah.
People making their own boxes for it. So it's like maybe if I like it that much, I'll get that creative.
If you need help making tokens, you know, you got people in the group with 3D printers. You got people with lasers. I mean, you can source out help from folks.
Oh, definitely. So that's Shoes Tactics. The next one that I had back, which ended very shortly after this one, is called Sunshine City. Which this one's kind of like it's an engine builder. I want to say it's cooperative engine builder. I'm gonna double check that real quick. Where is it at? There it is. It's a cooperative engine builder, which is weird. Which is a weird concept that it by itself intrigued me, but there's more to it. So Sunshine City, it's a single page roll and write game where you have a pre-made city that they offer to you, but then it was like the deluxe tier, you get access to their generator, which lets you change. Either you manually go in and be like, I want these powers with these buildings, or you can just say, screw it, let's get a random assortment of things, and they'll automatically generate a random map for you that you can then play. So it gives that massive amount of replayability to the game. On top of that, there's a crap ton of solo versions that they've been coming out with. I think now they're on the 8th solo scenario that you can play through.
Okay.
So even another game that I'm excited about. And again, all these were like, because it's print and play, like I think the most expensive one I have is I think $20.
Now what tier do I need to commit to for them to put more pictures on BGG?
There's like one photo.
Oh, they got one photo. So
like epic tier, and we'll show you pictures.
I'll go. Yeah. So I'll kind of. I have the manager pulled up, so I'll kind of go through the themes of the cities, and unfortunately, won't be able to share them with you. So they got the one you just saw, which is the first, just kind of the basic generic map. They have, and they if I look at them, it almost looks like different Stonemaier references to a degree. So like they have one that looks very similar to the Charterstone art. They have one that's cyberpunk theme. There's one that's an underground city. There's one that's a dino desert. It's a bunch of different just like concepts and ideas that they've thrown together to make different city art essentially.
Okay.
And so from my understanding of it, the gameplay is the same throughout each one, with obviously just different abilities and combo potentials, and then the solos are kind of throw more curveballs at you as you go through. So again, just another like cheap. That one cost me $12 to get through it. So I was like, screw it, I'll go for it. So the generator is what I'm most excited about. And they're almost done with it.
Cool.
So when they are, I'll be able to actually get through it in full.
That's Sunshine City.
Yeah.
This one is by, let's share Coffee Bean Games. I just want to make sure they get a
plug in there.
Plug in there. Coffee Bean Games.
Plug in there. Next one I got is a solo game. I think, pretty sure it's just solo. But really cute concept called In Memory. In Memory. And it's a game about another roll and write that tells a story. It's exclusively for the sake of telling a story, where you basically bought an old farm from your family, from like an old relative of yours, and you're going back to like basically repair it, and you're kind of learning about the past of this relative you had that you had no idea existed. You're like learning about them as you're playing the roll and write. And so I don't know if it's true, but based on how they explained it, it seemed like there's different endings, and like based on how much information you find out about the relatives.
Nobody's unlocked the BGG pictures for this one.
No, this one's still locked up.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I'm gonna have to get in there.
They do have a BGG page.
There's a page for it.
So it's
but no one's posted about it.
yeah, it's got no name publisher,
Right.
but the designer is Andreas
Barbasgard.
It says cozy and relaxing. I kind of dig that.
Yeah.
Like there's some nights where I don't want hurt. I just want to chillax.
You got to hurt. Not hurt, you're not gaming.
Yeah, this will definitely be like a morning coffee, sit down and play it type deal. But that one specifically for mine, Jordan, because I have the files, I might even send it out to other people if I feel like, because it's one of those just like sit down and have a coffee type deals.
Okay.
That's in memory, and obviously as I play these, and next time I call, and hopefully I'll play more of these and give you all more insight about them. I just want to like jump through them real quick. Next one I have is for the old school dungeon crawler days, called Pocketbook Adventures, which this one is called a point and write, which I was excited about.
I'm intrigued.
So this one it's so exciting. So it's a little small book, maybe just slightly bigger than the average like cell phone size. Where
I am intrigued. Keep going. This looks cool.
This one looks interesting.
Like literal pocket. And look, there you go. There's a picture of the book I'm seeing on the stream. So, this one was nifty because you can get it as either just PDF or you can actually get the physical book, what you're seeing on the BGG site, that they bind for you and they make it nice and pretty for you.
Nice.
The purpose of it was to be able to have like a fun campaign-esque style adventure that you can bring on the go.
This one looks good.
This is like
that looks cool.
It's got like NES written all over it.
Exactly.
I'm liking this.
Oh yeah.
Nintendo Entertainment System, NES.
For the youngins out there.
So the idea is that you take the pencil as a start point and you draw a continuous line, kind of like the old Snake game.
Yep.
A continuous line.
Like my Nokia phone, my Nokia brick.
Yeah, there you go. It's the only game you get on there.
Yeah. There's different powers. There's different things. You can come across monsters. And so the combat with the monsters is, I don't know if they have a page. Oh, yeah, they do at the bottom, kind of. It's a similar concept. So there's like this target type deal, and you have to put your pencil on the center of the target, and you have to look away or close your eyes, pick up your pencil, and strike back down.
Oh man,
that's cool. Yeah, I like that too.
And that'll be how much damage or what you do specifically to the monster. And
Wait, so I'm looking at a picture here on the left. They got 3 different monsters on there.
3 different types of targets.
But they have the rings of like a target, like a bullseyes and whatnot. But then they have shaded parts of the ring. So you have to hit a specific like shaded piece to do damage.
So I think I'm pretty sure they explained at the bottom of that page. If you see the 3 different tiers: smash, charge, and slash.
Oh yeah, I see. Yep. Mm-hmm.
So I think that might determine it. Again, I haven't been too deep into it, but like if you look at the center, there's like a very slight gray center.
Yep.
To it, and that's where you put your pencil point, and you have to pick it up and then strike back down, and then that's what ends up happening to it.
That's so depending on where you land on the hit, if matching the either the smash, the charge, or the different attacks is what the type of damage you're gonna do. And then here's a description of what the damage would do. Like a smash would make them lose an item. A charge takes 3 extra damage. Very different. I like it.
It's cool.
Oh, I was so excited for this. So this one, this one finished in November. Right now on my Kickstarter, it says it's estimated deliveries to be for February for the like nice fancy version of the book. So I imagine at that time I'll also get PDF files, but this is probably the one I'm most excited for because I can just play this while I'm like going on a car ride with someone else.
I am such a fan of pencil and paper. I mean, it's this is huge to me. I carry a notebook for my own, to-do list and just journaling, anything like who came to game day, all that stuff. This is right up my alley, Connor.
Oh, perfect. Well, if it's as good as I think it is, I'll be sure to send you the PDF.
Yeah, have to let us know for sure.
Let's do it. I'll get a BitTorrent. I'll find them on BitTorrent.
Yeah, there you go. So kind of going in theme of dungeons with our next game, we have Dungeon Pages, which is again kind of a similar concept, but it doesn't have that. It doesn't have the whole point aspect to it. This one's kind of just a more generic roll and write dungeon crawler. But with this one, you have different heroes with different classes and different abilities. The game is made by Jason Greeno and Jason, I'm going to say it wrong, Tajmire?
Tagmire?
We'll just say the Jasons.
Yep.
How about we just go with that? The Jasons.
Jason and Jason with P&P Arcade. But currently they're on track to finish on time, which I think they're opening theirs also in February of 23. So that'll be 2 dungeon crawlers almost right after each other. But this one's supposed to be this is supposed to be a year-long adventure set, and so there's obviously rolling dice, you're marking damage, you're collecting experience. So the game is campaign-esque, you're leveling up, and right now they advertise 6 different characters and 6 different dungeons that you can mix and match as you see fit. So kind of just a more generic dungeon, but I'm still excited for it because of the classes and leveling up. I'm a sucker for anything that's progressive or campaign-esque.
I'm more of a one-shotty kind of guy because I just can't
do the campaign thing.
No, I want to be able to pop in and pop out as desired.
Love that campaign.
I don't want to feel committed. I don't like
commit. Come on, Carlos, commit. Get into a real relationship.
I'm all for commitment. I love the commitment because I mean we're gonna be doing that. Because I'm in I think right now 3 different D&D campaigns and then a 4th one that I run myself.
I remember like last year he was worried about trying to get a game going. Now he's got himself into 4 different games.
Exactly.
Yeah, now I got 4 because now I've like finally gotten known around and getting picked up everywhere, so it's nice. And then Frosthaven, that's going to be its own adventure.
Oh,
is that coming for you?
Cannot wait. I'm still waiting.
That one's going to be. That's a Jeremy. That was new with Jeremy. We're excited for that one.
Still waiting for my copy.
Yeah, he can taste the D&D on his lips. It tastes good.
So the last game I finally I backed, and this one actually finished 2 weeks ago, is a print-and-play survival horror adventure called The Cottage, which is a print-and-play horror adventure game. This one is strictly a campaign-style game. Kind of similar if you ever seen or played video games like I think it's called the Dark Pictures Anthology, the video game trilogy, where it follows the classic horror slasher movies like Michael Myers and stuff, where there's all these campers. There's like maybe I think 5 or 6 of them in this game, The Cottage.
It hasn't made it to BGG yet that we can see.
Yeah, let's see down there.
Yeah, no, like it just wrapped up. It's Kickstarter pledge not that long ago, but it's similar. There's a game. I'm trying to think of a board game it's similar to. I can't think of it. But anyway, so it follows the slasher movies where you have like 6 different like heroes, and then you have the one villain. So with the print play, because it's a story, you have to have a storybook in one hand. You have to have your map in the other hand, your character sheet in another hand. So I feel like it's gonna be
how many hands? How many hands, bro?
Too many hands. Slow down.
It's
Louisiana man arrested.
Too many hands.
Do a hit.
Louisiana man arrested. Too many hands.
Too many hands. So, but with this one, because it's kind of like a choices matter type deal. If your character dies, that's it. The game's over. You have to stop there. I'm imagining if it's like what I'm thinking of, if you play solo, you play as every character, and you kind of just make their choices individually as they go through the story, hoping that they all can escape and get out and go back to civilization.
Reminds me a little bit of some of the Van Ryder books, some of the Van Ryder graphic novels.
I was just thinking about my Van Ryder books. Like,
exactly.
Where is my Van Ryder book? I was looking around. Have you done a Van Ryder book, Connor?
No, I've not. I'm not a big reader, surprisingly.
It's mostly graphic novel.
Yeah, the graphic novels like reading a comic, but there's usually there's some kind of pages where you're
got to make decisions
and trying to find stuff.
Yep, you're progressing your character, picking up items, and different decision points depending on what items you have. Tell you what page to go to. There's like different hidden numbers all over every picture.
Yeah,
like really hidden. Like you got to really look.
They've got about 20 or 30 books out there now with different themes. They've got like feudal Japan, and they have all kinds of stuff. They've got mysteries. They've got murders. They've got all kinds of different stuff.
Was it?
Wow, that's pretty nifty.
Yeah, it's good stuff. If you haven't checked them out, Van Ryder, growing company. They're doing a lot of stuff now.
So here it is now. I was able to actually pull up the campaign page. So it's solo or co-op. It's 8 to 10 hours, and apparently the game is replayable.
Okay.
So you can replay it and try to unlock all the different endings, kind of like My Father's Work, where you're able to just replay the same game over and over and get a different ending to the story. But I'm excited. So that's kind of been my big thing with Kickstarter, because I've not had the income to afford just the regular board game that might be like $40, $50, $60. I've been resorting to all these little niche, cool little rolling rights that now at this point have equaled a sum of $60. So hopefully, again, within the next week or two, I'll be able to get down and play through all of them and then give you guys more information about them.
A week or two. That's a lot of reading, bro. Plus your 5 D&D games you got going on.
Yeah. But you know what? That's really cool, though, Connor. I think what you're talking about and what you've shared with the audience tonight is what Kickstarter's for, or originally was for, right? It was for these
Discover
small
stuff.
Indie folks that are just trying to get their passion projects off the boat, off the ground. And these are what sort of the pie in the sky, what crowdfunding is all about, is like, these one-shot games, these print and plays, these games that are just passion projects for people, not like the big companies just using it as a pre-order tool. That's what really, I think, where Kickstarter is sort of in a flux of, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to do these indie games or the big company games? So it's kind of cool. I appreciate that. There's definitely that several games I wrote down while you were talking. I'm like, oh, I gotta look into that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, unfortunately, all the Kickstarters are closed. I don't know how many of them are doing late orders or backer kicks or anything like that. But I mean, if they're great, if they're really good, and I feel like they're high quality, next time I get on a call with you guys, I might just go ahead and get some email addresses and send it your way.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Now we appreciate this kind of conversation. This has not been the norm on the show.
Yeah,
a lot of the show has always been about the new hotness, getting an insight on indie stuff that's exciting people is why I like doing this.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. I would have never heard
educate you on some stuff. Yeah, you never knew
pocketbook. Dungeons.
Yeah.
I think all of us wrote that one down. I'm like, oh, that one
looks really cool.
I'm so excited for that. All right, well, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all.
No, we appreciate you.
Don't be a stranger, Connor.
Merry Christmas,
Merry
homie.
Christmas, Connor.
Merry Christmas. Good night.
That's our buddy Connor from New Iberia.
Excellent.
Speaking of the Kickstarter thing, I saw somewhere in the news, and I can't find the article, where Kickstarter hit like $14 billion or something in total, funded amount. And like 20% of that was board games.
20%, I was going to say, is what I heard. Was the stat. 20% of all the Kickstarters this last year were board game related.
So I want to go further and be like, not just 20% of the total revenue from board games, but how many of the projects that funded delivered? Because like my wife has Kickstarted a bunch of like video game stuff on Kickstarter, and she's like 50-50 on whether she ever gets the stuff for it, right?
Wow.
But like my board games, I've done 60, 70 board games, and
most of them probably fund
every of the 60 or 70 that I've backed that funded, I got all of them, right? Or there's like 5 or 6 that I'm still waiting on for next year. But
Beans and Dice podcast. State your name. Where are you calling from?
Hey, it's Josh Bala calling in from. I'm actually at my parents' place in Leesville, Louisiana. Tonight.
Oh, speaking of funding and getting games off the ground, how you doing, Josh?
There you go.
Oh, we're still not going to be, going to crowdfund till later next year, but it's been going pretty well. BGGCon was awesome.
I bet.
We managed to trim the fat and somehow make the game also deeper with the changes that we made after getting all that feedback.
I know that it feels contrary, right? The two opposing forces when you trim the fat to make it deeper, but I really believe that works. Like the easier you can make that experience, the more I can get engaged with the game,
the real story in game
outside of the rules, right? If I'm not in the rules, then I'm in the game. I'm in the world of the game.
Yep.
The rules fall away,
Right. Well,
and I'm in the game.
oh yeah. Well, we had 3 card types, and we cut a whole card type, and we were like, okay, we just need to use the design space of the first 2 more, and that's what made the game better. I think it's sexier. Anyway, I didn't.
I love it.
Talk about my project. I just want to talk about games in general.
Okay.
Man, I've been having this itch for economic games. I finally got to play Sidereal Confluence while I was at BGG Con, and I am obsessed now.
Really?
Oof.
I'm hearing that. I haven't played that one yet, but I'm hearing you play it and you either love it or you hate it from what I hear. But yeah, you're liking it.
Yeah, well, I've always been a big fan of like simultaneous play type stuff.
Okay.
So that's a big win in my book.
Actually, I'm trying to bring up some pictures here on the BGG. There we go.
Yeah, we got it up on the BGG. Give the folks the quick elevator pitch on what Sidereal Conflict is.
Space economics.
Yep.
Basically. Space law of comparative advantage, basically. So you've got 9 different alien civilizations, and you have I think 7 different cubes that all represent these different sci-fi resources.
Cubes.
And you guys are supposed to be
Settle down there, Robert.
collaborating.
Settle down.
You're supposed to, yeah, it's all about pushing cubes.
All
That's
right.
the game. But different civs are good at different things. You have all these cards you see on the screen right there. Those are called converters. So at the end of each real-time round, you can run any converters you have the cubes for, right? So if you go back to those cards, you see they have an input, an arrow, and on the other side of that arrow, the output. If you run it at the end of the round, so I might have this converter I want to run. I don't have the cubes for it, so I got to turn to the rest of the people at the table and be like, "Hey, who's got blue cubes?" I'll give you a yellow for a blue, or I'll give you 2 yellows for a blue. One of my favorite moments, the second of the 2 games I've played so far was when we realized that I was the only person at the table who still had a yellow cube liquid that round, and 3 different people wanted it. So I just raised it above my head and I shouted, "Big war!" and everyone was throwing stuff at me. I'll do you one better. It was great. It's
Nice.
so fun. I lost really hard too, but it was a blast.
Sounds like fun.
It sounds like what's that world game? Not the cube conversion game.
Oh, A Wonderful World?
Wonderful World.
Yeah,
kind of a feeling to it with the conversion aspect, but then it's got this whole simultaneous play thing.
Ooh, that sounds just up my alley.
Yeah, it's Wonderful World. Yeah, you'd probably like that. That one's similar, but yeah, there's a lot of converting and.
But it's very solo based. You're drafting your hand.
You're drafting cards. Yeah,
you're drafting. But then you're on your own. You're building your engine on your own.
Running your own engine.
Interaction.
Yeah, no negotiation or anything like that. Yeah.
Oh, well, I do love player interaction and negotiation a lot.
Yeah, and that's what it makes me feel like Wonderful World, but not the simultaneous solo play. Right? It's not like a multiplayer solo. This very much more requires that social piece.
Right.
Confluence said what I mean.
It does. It's all wheeling and dealing. The faster you can close deals with people, the better you're.
What's that old game, Pit?
Oh yeah,
Kind
we played some Pit.
of feels like. Have you played Pit, Josh?
Yeah.
I have not. No.
Pit is an old game,
Old.
30s, 40s.
An old stock market.
Stock market trading
exchange
pork
trading.
for corn.
Yeah.
But you're yelling all these things out at one time. I got 3 pigs. I got 3 pigs. Who needs 3 pigs? I need 3 pigs. I'll give you 2 corn.
Yeah.
It feels like a stock market.
Trying to match up sets.
And then as
complete
soon as
sets.
you complete your set, you start ringing the bell. It actually comes with one of those hotel bells. Ding, ding, ding,
sit
ding,
in the
ding.
middle of the table. Yeah.
And we played that at Red Robin.
Red Robin. I remember playing it at Red Robin about 15 years ago. Yeah.
Yelling at the table.
Yep, I remember that.
So Pit is listed as 1903.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Original production.
This was
very
awesome.
It is a very simple
man.
game. It's a deck of cards, but like Carlos and Rob said, is constant yelling. It's
Oh yeah.
It's like that last scene in Trading Places where they're buying and selling the orange. you
Yep.
know, it's crazy.
Yep.
And that's what you made me think of when you talked about taking that yellow cube and putting it over your head, Josh, and kind of trying to get a
I got
buyer.
yellow. Who needs yellow?
Right, I'm trying to shed these cards from my hand that I don't need, but I know someone else is going to need them because there's only so many suits in the deck.
Yep.
Right, somebody else needs it, but I need to make sure that trade is better for me than for them, and that's how you win the game. So yeah, Sidereal Conflict made me think of Pit and made me think of Wonderful World.
I gotta say a couple more nice things about this game that I thought were really cool.
Go ahead.
First of all, I'm a big sci-fi fan, and like the little bit of lore that's included with the game is actually pretty awesome. Like it's very asymmetric. Like each civilization has like very different things going on. But also the lore tidbits are they're just good sci-fi. Like as a fan of sci-fi, just reading some of the like descriptions of the species and how they came to be was just like, yo, that was a really cool 2 paragraphs. Like what? Like this guy needs to write a book.
Okay.
I heard the designers had like an RPG in this setting on the back burner, but I haven't seen anything posted about that in a long time. So
it's so crazy, like the bookends of this. You know, it's a cube pusher abstracty game, but it's got this deep fluff in
story,
it, right? Like deep fluff.
Well, actually, reading your primer on like whatever species you're playing, like it's kind of abstract, but also like I gotta say it's dripping with theme. Like reading through like why your species is the way it is, it's like it kind of like, at least for me, it kind of helped me understand like what their strategy would be
how
in
to
the
approach
game,
it. Yeah.
right. Like it's really well thought out. And also you can, the other cool thing is all deals are binding, and you can do some really crazy things. Like I had a little notepad, and I'd go into debt with people. I'd be like, yo, I'll give you this next round and this the round after that. You give me this right now.
He got his little notepad out. You come to me on my daughter's wedding day asking for a favor.
Yeah.
And you write down what you did for them, what they owe you.
Yes.
And I would come around.
Yeah,
hey, I come to collect. I got it here in my journal. You know, on this day I offered you. I like it.
Well, like, you know, I'm trying to stockpile like yellow cubes to invent a certain tech, right? But like, you know, if I don't have enough, if I know I'm not going to get enough this round, I may as well put them to work for me and try to generate some interest on them, right? So I'll have enough the next round. Like that's how I don't know. I got to play some more like economic games.
This is our first phone call about Sidereal Conflict. I think Mike Lorenzo talked about it.
He might have, yeah.
When it was originally on Kickstarter, but this is the first caller we've had to tell us about how it went play-wise. That's pretty cool, Josh.
I can't wait to play it again. I'm going to try to do that on New Year's.
Sweet. And this one plays, it says 4 to 9, so it's got a pretty high player count on it.
Yeah, and I mean, with the simultaneous play, like it doesn't really add playtime.
Doesn't drag it down. Okay. It says 120 to 180 minutes, so 2 to 3 hours. That feels about right.
Yeah, so they say some they recommend some groups use a timer. Like they don't say you need to, but I think my group does, because we took like 4 hours to finish our first play, because we're the type of people who will nickel and dime each other until every single last cube is allocated like as efficiently as we can get it.
Gotcha.
You know,
yeah.
Like next time we're gonna use a round timer so we can finish the game in a decent hour.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Start early. That's what we do with TI4. Yeah. We start like at no later than 10 a.m. We're up and going, and we're done like at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh my god, my copy of TI4 has been played exactly once. I have played the game more than that, but I have not. Like I got it like a year and a half ago. I've only gotten it.
Yeah, instead of worrying about timers, just start earlier.
Yeah, just start early. Make it
enjoy
a day.
the full game.
Yeah, make it a day.
Put the crock pot on. Put some chili in one crock pot. Put some hot dogs in another crock pot. But at the end of the night, the room is gassed out.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Finally in the game when no one can breathe. Is that what it is?
Someone's going down one way or another.
It's going to be awesome. Josh, we appreciate you, man.
The game already challenges my mental stamina. We don't need to.
Yeah, just wait till you're like trying to get home to use the bathroom, so you're trying to rush through the last few rounds.
Good luck with that.
I see. It's a trick to keep the game.
Right.
Yes.
It starts to push that end game timer.
Yes. Gotta go.
Because you're starting to have that end game timer push.
Gotta go.
Because no one wants to be that guy that blows up the whole house with the bathroom.
Josh, we appreciate you calling in and checking in on us. Where can the folks at home find out more about what you got going on? Let them know. Remind them again.
Oh, sorry. Say that again.
Your game. Where can the folks find out where you're at with it so they can continue to follow?
Funny enough, so the name we picked for our LLC is actually Sidereal Gaming. And then we picked that, and then I played this game, and I was like, oh, well, this will probably be bad on Google, so maybe we should change it. But as of right now, you can find us at sidereal.games/coalition. Coalition is a social negotiation game for 6 to 20 players, in which each player is a counselor in a medieval city republic who has been tasked with attending the city's constitutional convention to make sure that the new constitution is written according to their party's values. It has a unique shared scoring system. There are 4 parties, and each one shares values with 2 other parties in the game. So most people are not on your team, but you do have things in common with them. So if you can't tell, it's a common theme with me. I like wheeling and dealing.
There you go, folks. Find them at Sidereal.
.game
coalition.
Yep.
We appreciate you calling, man. We really appreciate the heads up on Sidereal Confluence. It's the first caller to give us an update on that, and don't be a stranger.
I will not. I'll talk to y'all later.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Have a good night.
Woo.
That's our buddy Josh, former guest host or continued guest host.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know what to call it.
Yeah.
Something. Hosting.
Person on the show.
It's a thing.
Yeah.
Regular contributor.
Everybody can come on. Yeah.
I don't even know what to call these people. Callers, guests,
viewers.
Hi. We're towards the end of the hour, so if you want to get in that last call, make sure you get in because it is Christmas. So, we're not going to be up all night tonight doing the show. We got the Christmas week, and then next week is New Year's week.
Yep. So we're going to be on next week, right? Next Thursday.
Yeah.
Shooting for it.
Yeah, same
All
time,
right.
same bat channel,
same bat station.
Gaming wise, I have not done any gaming.
I haven't, other than BGG or BGA, I should say.
Yeah, other than BGA, the only game I played this week was Ticket to Ride New York in New York. Very
New York.
meta. Yeah,
Oh, you had to
do the thing.
See, I love it, man. Like you and me, we can do this. We can road trip and do this.
Did you get a picture in a prominent place?
I didn't. We were actually in our hotel. We were just playing it at breakfast.
It didn't happen.
You know what we should do? The 3 of us is let's go to Epcot. And let's pick out a game for each world.
All the countries.
And we'll bring like a little quick folding table in the stroller. And we will play each world themed game as best we can.
Epcot's my favorite Disney. Let's do it.
And drink and eat pretzels the whole time.
Oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's make that happen.
Yeah. In keeping with the tradition, I bought my wife and kid a copy of Ticket to Ride England or London.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Because
the double-decker buses?
We just booked a trip to London in March. So
nice.
That's awesome.
We're gonna take that with us and play that there. Yeah. So.
Cool.
Well,
yeah, I'm with
my
you.
Gaming fell off because I fell into 2 holes. Hole number 1 was this whole Brandon Sanderson thing.
Oh yeah.
These books are like 40 hours each. So I gave up on reading and I moved on to the audio. like I am just audio straight listening to this book.
At 2 times speed.
It's because man, they are long, but I'm engrossed. Like if the only other thing, if I'm not reading or listening to Brandon Sanderson, I'm currently watching through Yellowstone. Like I fell in this Yellowstone hole.
Oh man, I'm up to date on that one.
It's only been like a week maybe, and we're on halfway through season 3.
Nice.
Season 4. We're on season 4.
Have you watched 1883 yet?
See, Wifey, before the show started, before Rob got here, Wifey was in the game room showing me the different movies.
There's 3 of them
of the Duttons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, put that on the list. Put that on the list.
So Yellowstone, I'm up to date. I've watched every episode.
I have not. I got to start. Yeah.
It's fantastic. And so what they've done now is they did a 1 season. I think it's 10 episodes called 1883, which is like Dutton, like the Dutton family from Yellowstone in modern day. It's them all the way back in 1883.
Yeah, prequel. Yeah,
it is fantastic. It is, my opinion, the greatest Western ever.
Oh man, I love Westerns.
Oh my god, because it is. First of all, what blew me away is the 2 main actors. It's Faith Hill and Tim McGraw.
Oh yeah,
are you kidding me?
They're married.
They're married in real
life.
Country
music artists.
Music artists. They are fantastic actors in this. Like I never realized like how good of an actor they were. And then their daughter, who's like the main character of this episode of the season, is also like she's fantastic. Like she's going to go on to big things in the next couple of years. And then it's the dude from The Big Lebowski, that guy, like the mustache. You can picture him in your face. I can't remember his name now off the top of my head. But no, 1883 is brutally fantastic and accurate to how it was, like the Oregon Trail.
I am right now kicking myself for having traded away Western Legends.
Oh,
having watched through so much of this series.
I was surprised when you got rid of that one. I really like that. I like the.
See, but it was for a Holy Grail game. It was for World War I Command and Colors.
You don't hardly have any Western games. You got Colt Express.
No, that was the only Western. Dice Town.
Dice Town. Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll have to play Dice Town.
Yeah,
it's not going to do it for me.
Yeah, but so Tiny Epic Westerns.
Tiny Epic Westerns. Jim Odak loves it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Jim Odak approved. So you're into the Yellowstone. For the folks at home, Yellowstone is set in modern day Montana. It really feels like cowboys versus Indians in today's world.
And the characterizations, Kevin Costner is fantastic. What's his Cole Hauser? Is it Cole Hauser who's playing Rip? The guy who plays Rip.
Oh man, yeah.
Right. He's fantastic.
It's funny because I didn't know that we knew him. Like all the films that he's been in, I'm like, I've seen that. I remember him now.
Yeah, he was the guy. He was the football player in Dazed and Confused.
It's crazy because it's nothing like the character he plays today.
Oh yeah,
yeah. And so 1883 is their family. They've left Tennessee and they're in Texas.
You say Odak and he pops in.
Of course. And it's the original Dutton family's travel from Texas north, and they're going to Oregon, and they end up not making it to Oregon. That's why they end up in Montana. And the first episode of 1923 just started last week, which is now 40 years later.
Yeah, because in this show, Rob, they flash back. Like the Duttons will flash back to the 1700 Duttons, meeting the Native Americans on this tribal land before they take it from the reservation, and then after they've taken it and shoved them on reservations and their relationship to today's modern day of how they're fighting today for this land, the reservation versus the Duttons. It's pretty cool.
And it gets crazy. So you have 1883, which is how they got to Montana. Then now 1923 just started, which is how they've maintained their family estate.
Which is like a mob, bro. This is like cowboy
This
mob.
is Sopranos in the West. Yeah, this is
yes, it is pretty brutal.
Yeah, I've been wanting to watch it for a couple years now.
I can't wait to tell somebody I'm gonna take you to the train station. I'm gonna take you to the train station.
We take them to the train station.
Not the bus stop. You going to the train station.
It's a great show, and I'll tell you what, I love Yellowstone. Modern day, it's Kevin Costner is fantastic. But man, that if you treat 1883 like a mini series, it's oh my god, I was so engrossed with it, and it's messed up because they don't pull punches on the realism of what it was like to be on the Oregon Trail, in the 1800s, and snakes and the river and Indians and just the brutalist.
Why did I get rid of that game?
So now I got to figure out the right order to watch it because there's prequels and there's
season 5 is coming. Yeah. I think season 5
it's already
just
on now.
released.
They've already got 7 episodes out. Yeah, so you could watch 1883. I'll say this: you could watch 1883 separate because it doesn't ruin anything for the new show.
Okay.
The new show just kind of flashes back to it, but so if you wanted to just get if you wanted to watch I don't want
to watch the whole thing. I want to watch the whole thing, but
you could watch 1883 first and then jump into Yellowstone and be totally cool. Yeah, it would not ruin it will not ruin anything. And I would say if you're just getting into it now, watch 1883 first because it'll blow you away.
Done.
The first episode, the end of the first episode, you're like, holy cow!
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, this is a problem because I already been struggling to get games played.
Oh, now you got
because it's like, hey, it's the end of the workday, honey, let's play a game. And you know what? Do you want to watch another episode?
Yeah.
And then it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap! It's 3 a.m. We haven't stopped.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man.
She will keep us going watching until I fall asleep. I think I can do one more, and then when she recognizes that I've nodded off a few times, then she's like, "All right, we'll stop now, and then we'll pick up in the morning."
So my queue's just full of stuff. We got Hulu, we got Disney, we got Netflix.
That's the hole I fell in. This is why I'm not gaming right now.
Yeah.
So when Michelle G puts out her monthly post of what games she's played that month, the grid off of BG Stats, showing what games. Mine's just going to be the Yellowstone logo.
all the different shows.
12 different boxes.
Between the Yellowstone new season, the 1923, the Willow on D.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't even touched Willow yet.
I haven't started that
Willow,
one.
and then the new National Treasure or whatever.
You throw in Christmas, and it's like
Christmas, and then
December
traveling.
is gone.
No,
I think I played Brisca with you.
Yeah, we did. I remember that. We played that that was at Busch Gardens. Yep.
Did we have a game day this month?
We
did.
Yeah,
we did. Did I play anything?
We did. I'm gonna say I don't remember what.
Busch Gardens at night, maybe. And
we did do game day, and no, I didn't play anything that day.
Didn't play anything.
Just
did
came and hung out.
no.
You did the game exchange.
gift
right?
I did the gift exchange. I made sure everybody else did stuff.
Yeah.
We ate, and then we headed to Busch Gardens, or we headed home.
Yeah, I played one game. What did I play? I don't even remember what I played. Golly, I know. I remember they tried to suck me into a game of Flame.
December's gonna suck.
Yeah, I didn't
play game wise.
Yeah,
but there's so much new content for
Dutch Blitz.
There we go.
We taught Jim Dutch Blitz.
Dutch
Thank you,
Blitz.
Jim.
Yep. So Carlos did play something.
Jim's got his marching orders. You got to go watch some Yellowstone or 1883 because they're fantastic.
I got like 5 days left in December to get some games played from my.
Yeah.
Otherwise, December's a flop.
Yep. I got to play something. We got to play something. We got to play something this weekend.
Monday.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was my game recap of what I've been up to gaming wise. Robert?
Yep. What you said.
Sans the Yellowstone.
Yeah. No.
Well, at least you had a better excuse because you had the flu.
Yeah, I was going to say, I literally, I mean, I growing up, I used to get the flu every year. It was kind of a thing. It was a funny thing, but I would get this like little 24, 48-hour flu. You know, you'd puke a few times, you'd be all right. This was not that. This was 7 days of hell, really. I mean, this took me out. So that's why I missed last week's show. I'm still recovering my voice. I don't know if you can hear, but my voice is rough.
Kind of sexy.
I've been coughing and stuff off mic here, but
Angie Harmon voice going.
Yeah, I mean, this has been rough. So I'm hoping to be. I'm feeling about 80%. So hopefully I'm about over this thing. But yeah, that was the last. There was literally 3-4 days that was just pretty much a blur. Here we go. Michelle's reminded me. Played. We played kites. I'd never played kites before. Real time timers, sand timers game.
How was it?
That was good. I'm usually not a high pressure timers game
simultaneous sidereal confluence type.
Yeah, everybody throwing down cards, doing stuff, and not having a minute to think about it. But that was fun. That was a nice little activity.
Now, what about Heat?
Heat.
I'm curious about Heat.
Heat. Carlos and I were talking a little bit about that one before because this was showing up on everybody's end of the year top 10 games of the year list. And I'm gonna postulate that that's a little bit because of the recent buzz about it, because this game's just come out in the last couple of months and people are getting their hands on it, and it is a fun game. Although when Carlos came over and asked me about it, we knew that it was going to be similar. Oh, he's whipping out the board. We knew it was going to be similar to.
Be glad that's the only thing I'm whipping out.
Yeah, we keep calling it Peloton. It's not Peloton. It's Flamme Rouge. And Carlos came over and asked me, he's like, how different is it than Flamme Rouge? And I thought about it for a moment, and I was like, you know what? It does feel similar to Flamme Rouge. And I've got a lot more...
Same designers, so...
Yeah, a lot more plays of Flamme Rouge in than Heat. Right now, Flamme Rouge is definitely still my preferred. But, all right, he's going to make me do this, even though this was completely unplanned. So, all right, let's
How
do this
else do I do stuff, though?
Yeah,
like
just off the cuff here. So, let me
the only plan is Carlos never
bit.
has a plan.
So, if I'm going to rank Heat here, we got Unsettled, Trajan, Mosaic.
Yeah, because I mean, these are the games that we've most recently talked about. So if you had to talk about Heat in relation to these most recent plays, Robert,
all right, I'm going to slide.
Where would you put Heat?
Sliding Caesar's Empire was down here at the bottom. I'm going to slide Flamecraft down.
Okay, better than Flamecraft.
Yeah, I'm going to put Point Salad down. And maybe Skull. Those are pretty light. Guild of Merchant Explorers. Ooh, now we're getting into right
some
around this
games.
territory here. We got Ready, Set, Bet. I'm going to go... I'm actually, right now, with one play of Heat, I'm going to go below Guild of Merchant Explorers, one above Skull. And I'm going to say it's, what that's about, I got about 11 games on there. It's about number 6 or 7 out of 11. So, yeah.
So it wasn't, because I've been hearing some people put it like number 1.
Yeah.
That's a hype engine.
9 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm thinking hype. And again, I was saying how I'm surprised that this is showing up on people's top 10, almost everybody's top 10 list now at the end of the year, that I'm seeing stuff online, all these content creators and stuff. But I'm going to guess that it's just the hotness now, and it will cool off. And I've heard several people say that now this is their all-time favorite racing game. That's definitely not me yet. Again, I've only had one play, but I'm going to say maybe my third or fourth favorite, maybe fourth or fifth favorite racing.
Yeah, having watched the Dice Tower, they did their live play, like their Winter Spectacular. Excuse me.
Yep.
They did a live play of it, and it looked fun, right? It looked
it was
looked
fun.
interesting, and like Tom was doing these crazy moves where he mathed it out or got lucky with the math, and he would end right before the turn where he'd take penalties.
Yeah.
So it looked really sort of interesting, but but again, it didn't look that much different than other racing games. It looked like it had Flamme Rouge. It looked like it had even Formula Day, but without the dice rolling.
Right.
So it was like Flamme Rouge and Flamme Rouge and Formula Day met.
I would say it's a good matchup because Flamme Rouge, you've got the heat cards, which are kind of like the exhaustion cards in Flamme Rouge. You've got the corners that you're trying to take at the right speed, which is more like a Formula Day. So I mean, it's got a combination of a bunch of those different things. I did play the base version. There are some upgraded cards that you can play that allow you to do like braking and different things that we didn't use. We were just learning the base version of the game. So maybe with some of that stuff, with a few more plays and with a little more strategic element to it, maybe it'll nudge up a bit. But I wasn't as blown away with it after one play as I was hoping. So we'll see.
But pulling out that board really helped me understand.
Yeah.
A little bit more about it. Quantified it for me.
Okay. Yeah.
To see where it stacked up in November against November's plays.
Sure. Yeah.
So that I'm glad we did that. So now I know that this is not going to be one I chase after.
Okay.
Because Rallyman GT.
Yeah.
For y'all folks at home, I got 2 copies. I don't know, 2 copies, and I got some expansions on the way. Yeah. I got some expansions in here already, so I'm gonna have the green dice.
All right.
I'm gonna have the GT6 and is it GT5 or
5 and 6 or
4 of the little cars, right? The little coasty cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the small cars, and
we're getting ready to start a tournament.
Oh, you got the World Tour in here, so we can do a league out of the box, and then I've got the bridge. So a lot to. This is my racing game then. Right. So this is based on what you said here. With your placement on the board, I'm not going to be chasing down.
I'd play it when you get a chance, but I would not run out and purchase this right now. So I mean, give it some time.
Based on the live play I watched, and now definitely based on what Rob said, this is not something I'm going to buy. I want to try it before I buy it, because even Flamme Rouge, I really like Flamme Rouge.
Yep.
But I'm sort of glad I didn't buy it when it first came out, and I picked it up sort of secondhand because it's a good game, but I don't know if it's one that you got to go out and buy.
Agreed. I got a lot of Flamme Rouge feel out of it, so I still like Flamme Rouge.
That was me, my gaming, Rob's gaming. Wayne, your
Ticket to Ride, really? Yeah. I think we did. I think I had a couple more games earlier this month, but I can't quite remember them at this point. But
hopefully somebody will pop in the chat and remind you.
December. Yeah.
Need a Michelle out there.
Yeah. No, I don't have a Michelle. My wife's off doing Twitch stuff. So.
Dope. All right, folks. Well, that gets us to the end of the show and a little bit closer to that last minute Christmas rush. So on behalf of the entire Beans and Dice channel, I want to thank you all for this wonderful time that we've had.
It's last year.
Yeah, it's been nuts. We'll share more. We'll do a little look back next week. And
you got one more episode next week.
Before the year ends.
Look back. We got to do some kind of statistics or
weighing his numbers.
Yeah, he's got to pull out the old.
Well, we don't know if he's got a spreadsheet that talks about every time we talked about a game, how many times
he might. Yeah, he's been recording it.
I'm not that anal, no.
So we wish you a happy Christmas to all of you.
Yep.
Spend time with the family. Play some games.
I'll try.
Enjoy.
Yep.
And then report back what you got under the tree. What games you got? What did you unwrap? Did it meet your expectations? Are you excited? Please, please, please share with your friends at home what we do here. Help us grow the channel. We love talking to y'all. So I'm Carlos.
I'm Rob.
I'm Wayne.
And we are the Beans and Dice podcast. Hey, Edmund, thanks for popping in. Merry Christmas.
Hey, right at the
all
end
the way in Sweden. We're a podcast about how we game. Good night, y'all.
Good night, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for watching the Beans and Dice podcast.
Here we go.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Bye, everybody.